transfer from Kentucky, followed Calipari to Arkansas. Wagner's already got 5 points. Last year with Kentucky in the first round of the NCAA tournament, a loss against Oakland. He was 0 for 5 in 17 minutes and said that performance was motivating here for this one. Oh, he follows his own miss. He's a guy that's been through it before with Tennessee the last 3 years. No stranger to the big stage. That's KJ Adams down low. Great position that time. Off by Davis, who quickly launches a three. A little too quick, maybe. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Brazil tried to save it, but right to Mayo. 2-on-1 the other way. Harris, Adams, yes! The timeout by John Calipari. And the lead back up to 3 for Arkansas. Adams running in the basket with the right hand, yes. Knox. Tough shot there, and Dickinson clears. Adams' jumper is good, and a fist.
But he is not afraid to go right at the defender.
KJ Adams. It powers his way through the bucket.
Fieldhouse. It may not feel like it when you're sitting here, but they've got to not fall in love with the perimeter shot. They have not established their inside presence at all. Only 2 points inside the paint.
KJ Adams.
And he's so glowed over the 7-2. Big man of Hunter Dickinson is absolutely elite.
I'm glad that you pointed out that Hunter Dickinson is not a snub. I think a lot of people are hanging with him. Oh my goodness. Tim, you're going to lose your mind with that shot, man. I thought you were going to leave the table. Look out.
100%. And to me, Sean, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like a state motivated kid. I mean, a kid who wants to win and wants to prove everybody wrong because he feels like he got snubbed. And that was very, very visible on his Instagram and everything that he posted.
The roll for KJ Adams. Bracketology at 9, and then men's bracketology at 10 Eastern on ESPN2. Inside to Dickinson. Across to KJ Adams. Keyshawn Hall. Short of the 3-1 Harris. Ahead for KJ Adams. Dickinson to jump it up, and away we go here in Lawrence. Kansas wins the tip.
They have won 40 straight senior days in this building.
Lob. Adams and a throwdown. You look at what he's done. He's been plugged into the starting lineup. And the last 10 averaging 13.6 rebounds. And an easy two-handed that. Right wrist does KJ Lewis. Been playing through a right wrist injury. Coming off a good game 21 against Arizona State. Mayo jump stop. Feed and another dunk. Alabama up and Auburn in overtime here at Allen Fieldhouse. It's number 24 Arizona taking on Kansas. The Jayhawks here on senior day leading it by 8. Hunter Dickinson with 14 of Kansas's 28. Adams with the putback. Harris, Dickinson, it's a 3. Tipped out. And now Harris will look to set it back up. Lob!
The hardest playing team in the country, day in and day out.
Coit puts it on the floor, finds Adams, and one. KJ Adams. Score.
Playing 4-on-5 right now.
Uzan. A little bit strong with that shot. Harris the rebound. Kansas the other way. Adams at the basket, puts it in, and one. 2 more, he's got 6.
Yeah, with the right hand, but he had to work for it. Big stretch for Kansas now. They cannot have any empty possessions.
Adams gets it to go and pumps it.
The big news for the Red Raiders. They've been banged up a little bit, but two key players that have missed time recently are back for Grant McCasland and Texas Tech. Darian Williams, Chance McMillan starting today for the Red Raiders. KJ Adams attacks the basket. A pick and roll, Dickinson, and the follow by KJ Adams. Right direction, a couple of wins over Oklahoma State. A get-right game last Saturday, then one at Colorado, but now facing this gauntlet heading toward the Big 12 tournament of Texas Tech, Houston, and Arizona to wrap up the regular season.
The time is now. There's no more waiting to see what this team potentially can be, Roxy. Like, he is a pro. He just has that knack of when the ball hits his hands, something good's going to happen. And he's had the opportunity without McMillan on the floor to play increased minutes, and his production continues to go up.
This ball trickles out to DeJuan Harris. KJ Adams from the high post.
Plus 27 points from the three-point line, and what a start to the second half. Good ball movement, the extra pass.
The lob to KJ Adams, who finishes it.
They're whole again. And when this Texas Tech team has been whole, they've been really good.
Spins out for JT Toppin. Here come the Jayhawks. Adams in the paint. 12.
Cameron Indoor, Poly Pavilion, the Palestra. Those are the six cathedrals of college basketball as far as I'm concerned.
You just walk into this building and you feel it. Zigzagging into the lane. Harris. KJ Adams Jr. gets to the bucket, and we've got a three-point. Red Raiders been such a good road team this season, 6-2 in true road games, including wins at extremely difficult places to play like Houston, BYU. As KJ Adams,
not the shot you want in that moment. I mean, Roxy, what's the hurry? You can get a logo three-point shot at any point in time during the course of a possession. You don't need to take it with about 19 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
11 rebounds now for Adams. Here's Adams inside, and KJ Adams. The steal. Here comes KJ Adams, a 4-on-1. The lob.
Check out the starters for Kansas as well. DeJuan Harris at the controls for the Jayhawks. Here's Zeke Mayo, the Lawrence native, South Dakota State transfer, the second leading scorer. And KJ Adams steps into that logo area.
Love watching Dak as a sophomore, 7th in the Big 12 in blocks per game, 8th for Cincy. But still offensively, still growing into that frame, and you see him becoming more and more comfortable with that individual matchup, attacking the slow feet of Hunter Dickinson.
Went for 20 last week against Iowa State for Colorado. There's Harris coming off 6 steals Saturday in that big win against Oklahoma State. And again in the mid-range.
The season high 19 points and 9 rebounds at Kansas on February 11th. Says a great feel. A big-time jumper and a guy who could be a floor spacer. Great upside for Ranchi.
Second meeting in 2 weeks, like you said, it was a 71-59 Kansas win, but closer than that for a reason.
Love this change of speeds by R.J. Smith right there. Throws the defense off. You can't play the game at the same speed consistently. You have to throw them off. Change of speeds.
Adams with 2 more. Hammond. In the mid-range, too strong. Mayo runs down the loose ball. Still Kansas by 2. Wow, good catch from Adams, who had the
same issue you saw Kansas have against BYU. Just poor recognition on where the shooters are on the court.
So DeJuan Harris gets up off the bench, summoned by Bill Self. Quite nearly lost it. Dickinson moves it. Adams attacks, basket. Goaltending the call.
He might be second overall because I mean, when he banged that, he mean mugged the entire KU bench.
ATO a problem again for
We'll get them reset. Mayo's going to pull. A little bit short from deep, but look at Bidunga all over the floor. Adams just With Oklahoma State not shooting the ball well and not driving it, one of the key things is that Kansas is not picking up a lot of fouls, Spiro. And that's one thing that Oklahoma State generally does. They get to the line quite a bit in terms of their attempts and then their makes.
It's a great point. Fouling has been a big part of the issue for them all season long. Adams underneath coming.
Them getting something to the basket. They're getting a lot of deflections, though, Kansas.
Harris has been all over the place as they force the 7th Cowboys turnover this first half.
Adams by just a fantastic venue. And they've waited a long, long time to get games like this on their home floor.
Backdoor lob off the inbound to KJ Adams.
Here goes the lob again.
KJ Adams up over everybody.
Counteraction not only working for Kansas, it's working great for Utah. Second time Little has thrown a diagonal pass to find 55 in black.
That's a record-tying three. Nick Jacobson and Gabe Madsen now the career three-point make leaders in the history of Utah basketball.
There's come off the screen is going to be the guy that they're going to look to get involved.
It's more substitutions, including Madsen coming back out of the game. Kansas has at least stabilized. Mayo whips it to Adams. That free throw area, he loves that.
In the hands of Ruffin. Head of steam for Javon Ruffin, and he gets dispossessed. Great defense. Mayo from behind, and Adams on the deck, and another steal.
Fans like the scrappiness.
Colorado has been just killed by turnovers this year. They're 344th turnovers a game in the country, more than 15 per. Adams at the elbow.
State first experience with KU basketball thanks to Coach Cal.
What a collection of talent in that group, that staff. What a finish this is. KJ. Bucks are 1 for their last 8. Harrison Carrington, the former walk-on, turns it over. 6th of the game for Colorado.
Can't get it because they've got to go through the rim. Smart play by Juwan Harris.
Moore didn't want to shoot it. It's a pretty quick cameo for Passmore. Back to the bench as Adams buries the foul line jump. There's the lob. Adams got it.
KJ Adams. This starting 5 for Kansas State has played as well as any in the league over the last 5 games. Jump shot from KJ. First field goal of the game. Here's Shaquille Moore, 1,000-point scorer in his college career. That should be that one was blocked, and they'll count the back. Went across the country to Fullerton and really enjoying a solid 5th year in the Big 12. Nice feed. Mayo to Adams now. That play is indicative of what Coleman Hawkins means to this team. Little bit of everything, but certainly on the backboard, he's formidable. Nice lob, big to... Tell you one of the underrated things in basketball, Rich, what you really see going away the way of the dinosaur is feeding the post. Hunter Dickinson is really unguardable inside when he gets the ball, but Wildcats have done a good job of keeping him from getting it. Here's KJ Adams, 2 feet in the paint. It's a steal. Sloppy.
Gilbert, and it was Dickinson that ripped it away. Look at Harris sliding and taking it back.
On this team at the moment, and they've been asked to do more than they really are capable of doing. They are great glue guys, and you're seeing it tonight. There's no Brown, there's no Abaji, there's no Wilson.
Kansas leading by 16. Dickinson spins. That pass actually went off the rim. Griffin able to collect it, finds Adams, absorbs the contact, and puts it in. The post, Dickinson, shot clock under 10. Dickinson goes to the right hand. Adams with the tip, score it, and one. KJ.
Again, Harris, Dickinson.
Coit from the corner. Dickinson the rebound. Mayo. Good look. Adams inside and one. KJ Adams. No foul. I beg your.
He wants to take it himself. He does off the right side. A Chom rebound. Dickinson got a hand on that. Mayo floats it ahead for KJ. Adams lays it in. The Kansas foul was on Adams, his third. 3, Mikey Williams. Long rebound to Coit. Coming up on the midway point of this second half. Griffin. Adams. They're going to say that's a goal. A lot of times he likes to take this right to the rim. He does so, but it's blocked away by Badunga. Up ahead, Adams. That's going to be another goaltend.
Out of bounds when he caught the pass in the corner, so back come the Jayhawks. With Moore at the point, Harris playing off the ball at the moment. Stored Adams, still lots of time. Adams from the elbow with the jumper that goes.
Driving lanes. Dylan Mitchell. And a good look at the 3. Dickinson, another rebound. Here come the Jayhawks.
Good defensive stand by
the lob, and KJ Adams finishes. KJ Adams takes the contact and finishes off back there.
Oh, Bandego's going to affect a lot of shots, even if he doesn't block it.
KJ Adams.
20 seconds. So if it takes you 1 second to shoot a shot, that's 719 seconds you have time on the court to impact the game and other facets. Defensively, making the right play, being active, and that's a challenge for
Points.
drive him to the right.
Harris takes it away.
Good pass.
Harris, Adams, and a two-handed stuff.
And they've gotten so much better offensively. The area in which he probably has a small bit of concern is on the defensive side, as we've seen.
With the team that was rolling, with Sellers just playing in 2 games off the bench coming into this, I asked Johnny Dawkins about that. He said that is the unknown, how everybody would mesh.
And we almost would have liked if Vigo Coleman would have. They have to figure out how to get unified.
Here is Moore. Brought a little more athleticism to that starting 5 for KU. This game starts with what he does on the defensive end. Harris is the strong. Mayo, beautiful pass. Adams wants to rip the rim.
His first bucket, he had missed his first 3 attempts. Mayo about to shoot a 3, feeds Adams, who lays it in.
5 to shoot. Lewis couldn't handle it. They're going to have to squeeze it off. Good defense, stolen away by Mayo, but stolen right back. And a loose ball picked up by Dickinson.
Smart play by Lewis not to dive on the floor for that. He can't pick up a 4th.
KJ Adams showing some fancy uniform. Here's Lewis. That time he went off the right hand and he missed it. Inside, Adams back to that goal. And I think Bill Self would be okay with that, right? He likes Harris being aggressive.
He wants him in the paint. You know, when Harris goes to the paint, he's usually going to pass.
Great effort there by number 3 in white, DeJuan Harris. Game number 151 for him. That was a lob that we need to see physically, although we want to watch him in the Diamond Head Classic here at Allen Fieldhouse. Kansas dealing very handily with the Brown Bears, and KJ.
Not easy once you get inside that paint. You know, every drive for NC State has been leveled off by a white jersey. And now Adams, another height advantage. He goes off the window and gets it to go. Kansas in all the other 8 games combined. If you think about it, Kansas, they are only attempting. Excuse me, they're only making 9 free throws a game. It's kind of a historical low number for this Kansas team. Right, Harris nearly got away with a carry as the ball went above his head on the dribble, but he kept the palm above it. Coit, three-point shooter into the game. Kansas, he wears number 8. They go down low. Adams strong. He throws it up and in. What a great pass. Middlebrooks able to get it past the outstretched arm of Dickinson to keep them within striking distance. It's a 10-point advantage for Kansas. Harris Jr. started 89 consecutive games, helps you become a 1,000-point scorer. Oh, the alley-oop to Adams.
12-point Mizzou lead. 8 Kansas turnovers. Adams and 1.
Played this week are emblematic of what they're going to see, at least in the upper half of the Big 12. Places like Baylor, Iowa State. So this does not bode well right now for
season so far. Now Mitchell lost it. Gray finds it and promptly turns it over late in the clock. Dickinson downhill to Adams and 1. And the veterans for Kansas have in blue to make a play here for KU. Kansas back to work. Here's Adams. He loves that elbow jumper. Is tremendous. And when we think of versatility, we think of offense, but I think of defense with KJ Adams.
Yeah, defensive versatility allows you to be so valuable, and it carves out your niche on why you're such a valuable player and always on the court.
Speaking of Adams, he gets to the basket. Defense.
Dickinson follows him all the way out to the logo. And a 3 from the corner is short that time. Off the mark from Vanderwall. There's a lob for KJ.
You know what that does, Mark? It incentivizes you to run. You run, Harris will find you.
And KJ, with that left arm, creates a steal and takes it the other way for the lay-in. He got knocked out of his hands. Nonetheless, the other way, this a house 3 from the right side is just a little bit long. So Furman misses their last 2 from beyond the arc. And now 4 for 11 and a chance for a 3-point play here for the
A.J. Storr. He was a full court press guy at St. John's, and then at Wisconsin they slow it down and walk it up the floor, and now Kansas is kind of a mix between the two, so it takes some time.
Here is A.J. underneath for Adams. After a quick the handoff, Anderson, nice pocket pass. Heen got a little contact, couldn't finish it. And they play on with KU, bringing it up in Zeke Mayo.
It's the paint versus the threes right now. Kansas is plus 18 points in the paint, but Furman's plus 18 from the three-point line. But at some point, KU's going to have to start to knock down some of these open threes.
Adams. Both teams seem to be playing. Possession down 3. We're under 5 minutes to go. For the tie, it's short from Heen. Looking at that zone defense. Richie said he could bring this out occasionally today. Adams able to get down low and lay it in. Anderson open again, a little flat with that 3. And Dickinson outlets to Adams. Trying to find KJ. It was defended well by Heen, but it carried to Dickinson, who got it down. Jayhawks knocking on the door of a 20-point lead, and they'll get it as Adams. Arizona's gone the other way. OU leading, obviously, the concert, but yeah, they've had a big debut. It's easy to think that way. It's easy to think that way.
They're not in the Big 12 anymore.
Lob, KJ once again.
Paris Olympics for South Sudan. You see that number 9? That's in honor of one of his heroes, Luau Deng, the president of South Sudan basketball.
Lead down to 8, and the crowd for Duke now engaged. They're on their feet. Adams pulls up rare, and he knocks down. Dad was a 2,000-point scorer at Wisconsin Lutheran. His mom was the all-time leading scorer at Wisconsin Green Bay.
Another rare shot, and it falls for Adams.
Right there working, and then the push off.
He's 3 for 3.
Yeah, he got rid of it. Caleb Foster, I call him an X factor. I think if they have a great season, he's got to continue to step his game up. Sophomore.
He's hit 6 of his 10 three-point field goals so far this season. Look who's feeling it right now. KJ Adams, another.
At all, there's going to be a fresh set of legs coming in there. And you could make the argument kind of beating UNCW at their own game. Couldn't agree more. Into Adams. Again, a nice high-low.
75% of his shots come from behind the three-point line. That's just different.
Jason Woodrich, also one of those guys with a chartreuse slight, but unable to connect. Adams driving, and that is a goal. Mayo, no numbers, pulls up, fires. Kansas keeps it. Good tap out by Adams. Back into Adams for the slam. Kalen Jones. Adams baseline. Goes to work. Into the lane. Jump hook. Count it.
Which is going to create some more opportunity for him. So we see a knockdown 3 there.
Christie coming around on the backside. Marquise Passmore finding Adams. Another slam for Cade. But as you said, has not had a group of experienced scorers like this. Harris the deflection, the steal, all sorts of numbers. And KJ Adams the stop.
Now Griffin puts it on the deck. Nice feed to Adams, who stays with it.
Starters, 3 very familiar names in Harris, Adams, Dickinson, Ryland Griffin, a transfer from Alabama, David Coit, a transfer from Northern Illinois. He gets the...
He also did say that this has been a very quiet team. If they want to be a great defensive team, they have to find their voice defensively.
Griffin with the block on Cadeau. The lob for Adams, the assist. 5th year in NIL. Guys who are still playing college ball who otherwise wouldn't. This is Zeke Mayo, a transfer from South Dakota State. A great find.
Because with the speed, he brought the ball up the court and got into the paint. You cannot jog back against Carolina. You have to sprint.
How about Adams? The other end for the Heels.
Well, you make a momentum play with a pass ahead and a lob for a dunk, and Carolina's laying it in right after that.
Another good feed from Dickinson to Adams. Well over 2,000 points already in his career. 10-point game with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Another jumper, more of a... That's one we've... Mayo looking for Adams, now finds Passmore. Now Adams, and he lays it in.
To equate to points, that's perfection.
Dockery, the lefty, off target on the 3. Dickinson in between 2. Bison wrestles out the rebound. What a fastball from Harris to KJ Adams.
Had a nice left-hand finish there, high off the glass. A new version of DeJuan Harris this season, and he's not going to be relied on to play 36, 38 minutes a game like he was needed to do last year, as you can get him in spurts and keep...
Behind the head of Griffin from Anwar Gill to get open for the 3. Howard's made their last 3 shots.
Yeah, they have. You can see guys like Gill and Harper, and compliments with Harris. And
well, they backed off Adams. He goes to the elbow, pulls up and hits.